Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. Okay, so New York District 3, the seat formerly held by George Santos, is going to go up for a special election. Now, in this case, the voters will not be voting in a primary, so the political parties will select their candidates. The Democrats have two candidates. One is Tom Suozzi, who held that seat for 3 terms, I believe, before leaving that seat to challenge for the governor race, which he lost. The other person who is considered a favorite for it is a former state senator named Anna Kaplan. And she's had some good fundraising numbers. So Suozzi is an incumbent who left that position to run for the governor, and then Anna Kaplan, who is a former state senator, that is going for that position. So let's look at the Democratic nomination for the New York District 3 House of Representatives seat vacated by George Santos. What's the energy looking like that? The Lovers. Maybe this is the two of them together. Coming together, trying to get that seat, and then you got the Democratic Party overseeing who's going to choose between these two wonderful candidates for this position. What's going to be crossed with? Fundraising. Plain and simple. Who's going to be able to raise the most money and, give the long-term good for the party? But let's face it, either one of them would probably vote similarly. So now we're talking about money on this one, is my guess. And whoever of these two does better with fundraising, basically it's just a way of showing that they have support. It's a metric for support. They're the one most likely to get that nomination. So that's what we're going to look for here. In the past, what do we have? The Two of Pentacles. Who can raise more money than the other person? Now, I'm laughing and I'm a little bit mirthful here, again, because Santos is gone. And really what you want to see is, people with moral convictions and ethical convictions and really wanting to do that. But in the end of the day, I think, again, these two people are likely really similar and would vote very similar. So, it's 6 one way, half dozen the other. So how else do you separate them apart? Well, you want somebody who has appeal. How do you measure their appeal? Besides the number of votes, money wins politics. It's just the way our system is currently set up. Money wins races. So who can fundraise the best? Current situation is the Page of Cups. This is kind of, Santos. This is kind of MAGA. You've forced out this person who was just living in a fantasy world. A lot of comments on my video, my afternoon quickie video that I put up today about Santos being expelled from Congress, were commenting that he should write a book on his life, and it would obviously be in the fiction section. But we know nothing about him, but he's just an odd person. And hopefully what this is also saying is the district has learned their lesson about, giving the George Santoses of this world a fighting chance. You know what I mean? Because you have no idea what you got. And after he leaves, you still won't know who he is. Nobody knows who that guy is. Overarching energy is the Eight of Cups. Again, for the Democratic thing, I think it's going with traditional Democratic values and moving away from the drama. So I think just the seat itself, this is kind of going where the seat's going. The person who's going to get the nomination is going to be the one who raises the most money. The problem with the seat right now is that you have the Page of Cups, George Santos. You have Santos being told to leave, so he's going. And the lesson to be learned with Santos again, cups. He was a total drama queen, and he caused a lot of emotional mayhem in his district, and he didn't do anything for it. He had no bills go through. He had no legislation go through. I was reading something that every idea he had died in committee without a vote. I think the district is probably over the drama. They're going to want a seasoned, normal politician, of which the Democrats are offering to. Excuse me. What do we got? Outcome. 3 of Wands. Waiting for your ship to come in. So, my guess is what this means is that this is in the Democrats' favor. Whoever gets elected also has the strongest advantage of obtaining the seat because the Republicans have poisoned the well. Santos has poisoned the well in that district, at least for this election, and probably for the next few elections, because, all the Democrats have to say is, George Santos, any Republican who runs for that seat who's even mildly MAGA, the Democrats are just going to go after him and say he's another George Santos. Is that what you want? I expect that Democrats will hold this seat for at least a couple of elections. What will undo it is if the Democrats move away from what the electorate wants in that district and or is involved in a scandal. That makes them as bad as people forget George Santos and then they remember the latest scandal. That would be undoing. So for the Democrats, seriously, what they need to do is make sure they put up solid candidates. They can be progressive. They can be on the progressive side of things, but keep them within a couple standard deviations of current political acceptance. What's the word I'm looking for? Basically, you don't want an extremist in there. You don't want an extremist because you could give up that seat. That doesn't mean they can't have, again, progressive tendencies, but you have to know your district. Otherwise, you can have another George Santos in there. All right, we're going to throw a challenge thing. Basically, what are the cards looking like for Tom Suozzi, and then what are the cards looking like for Anna Kaplan? I want to do Anna Kaplan first. So here's my challenge card. Here's kind of what's going to separate them to who gets the nomination. Queen of Cups. Okay, already that's suggesting that Anna Kaplan might be the one who gets this nomination. We have a female card here. Queen of Cups, keeping your emotions in check, being emotionally mature. Okay? What's the downside that they have to... Well, keep your emotions in check and, bring the seat back to the Democrats. And underneath it, integration. So all these, cups here, cups. Integration. We're going to remove the toxicity. We're going to go back to being normal. Going back to be a normal district that represents everything that's best interest for the district. And we're going to do it without all the drama. Now, for Anna Kaplan, how are things looking for her as getting the nomination? The Emperor. She's going to run on her previous political record. They both could do that. And say, she was a leader and, she makes good, sound decisions, keeping, all the drama in check. She's worked, got the government before. King of Wands can make, as a leader. Basically, I make decisions and I lead. And I'll lead the way. Wow, look at all these major arcana. 3 major arcana for her. Right now, without looking at his cards, she's got a better shot at getting this than he does. But let's see what his cards are. He gets the victory card. Okay. I might have to take that back. You got the High Priestess, Ace of Swords, and the 2 of Swords. Okay, so they both have really good cards. Again, she comes up with the Emperor. Leadership qualities, maturity, person of action, can make the right call, leads by example, has government experience, and lights the way. He, on the other hand, he's victorious. Now, I don't know if he's a showboater, because on the low energy, this could be, look at me, look at me, look at me. But I think for him, it's the victory card. He's the incumbent or the former incumbent for that seat. The district knows him. And he's going to have a revitalized call. His campaign's going to be revitalized. I've represented this district successfully before. I know exactly what needs to be done and how to do it. I've got the wisdom. I know this neighborhood. This is my neighborhood. And I think this Two of Swords here was, I made the choice to go after the governorship. And I needed to do that, but my heart is here. So looking at these cards, either one of them would be good. I suspect that by the looks of it, he's probably going to get the nod. But either one of them, it's really going to come down to who raises more money. Either one of them is going to be good in that seat. Either one of them is going to be good in that seat. I can't predict at this point. Really, again, I think the end of the day, the metric is who's gonna be popular, who's gonna raise money, who's gonna help the Democratic Party out, and then whoever can do that is gonna get that nomination, and whoever gets that nomination, by the looks of these cards, they're gonna get in. Because I don't think that district is gonna suddenly say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna give another Republican a chance." I think in this case, this really is going to be a once bitten, twice shy kind of thing. And I'm just looking to make sure I didn't throw a card in reversed here. Yeah. And I don't think they're going to go back for seconds anytime soon. So I'll keep an eye on it. I'll be curious to see how the nominations go and reporting on this one. But I think this district is going to flip blue from everything I can see on it. But again, when the special election happens, we'll throw on both final candidates and we'll see where we go from there. Thank you for supporting my channel. Thank you for everything you do to feed the YouTube algorithm so that my videos make it out to a wider audience. To the new viewers, welcome. I hope you found this reading insightful, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.